Recording in progress.
Hello! Mabuhay! This is Teacher Lourdes, and this is your course, Research 2, Project Development. Our lesson 6 is Descriptive Data Analysis. Our objectives are define descriptive data analysis, use Microsoft Excel to compute descriptive statistics, and present data using tables and graphs. Know your class. Imagine you ask 10 students how many hours they study per day. Here are their answers: 2, 3, 4, 3, 5, 2, 6, 4, 3, and 5. What is a typical number of study hours? Who studies the most? Who studies the least? How can we summarize this data clearly? When we summarize, organize, and describe data like this, we are doing descriptive data analysis. Today, I will teach you how to describe data properly and how to use Excel to do it easily. Now, let's have the lesson proper. So, what is descriptive data analysis? Descriptive data analysis refers to statistical methods used to summarize, organize, and present data in a meaningful way. It does not make predictions, generalize beyond the data. It does describe what the data shows, summarize patterns, and present data clearly. So, my students, in your current research, when you create the data you gathered in presentation of your chapter 4, you will need to analyze the data, which is the result of the evaluation of your developed project. For example, in your question number 3, which is evaluate, you will summarize the answers of your respondents or your participants in a table. And this lesson can help you understand your data. And you can also use Excel in getting the mean of your data. Okay? So listen and understand the lesson. So these are the key descriptive measures. The first one is the mean. The mean is also called the average. So when you say average, you will add the values you gathered, and then you will divide the sum by the total number of the values. And the next one is the median. So the median is the middle value of your data. And the mode is the most frequent value. For example, if you have data uh, from 50 to from 100 to 50, I mean from 1 to 100. So if you have values that repeatedly come up, for example, number 74, the number 74 frequently comes up. So and it has the most frequent value na frequent appearance in your data. So 74 is your mode. And then the range. The range is the highest minus the lowest value. And finally, the standard deviation. The standard deviation is the spread of your data. So let's ask Google, what do you mean by standard deviation? So we can learn more. So standard deviation measures the spread or dispersion of a data set relative to its mean or the average. A low standard deviation indicates data points that are clustered closely around the mean, while a high value indicates data is spread out over a wider range. It is calculated as the square root of the variance. So this is statistics, my dear students. So the aspects of standard deviation, the average amount of variability in a data set, indicating how far each score lies from the mean. Okay, so if you have low, the data points are close to the mean, and if you have high, the data points are spread out, showing higher volatility. Okay, I hope you understand that. And let's continue our lesson. So now let's discuss how to use Microsoft Excel for descriptive statistics. So step one, you must enter the data. Open Excel and input the data in column A. So this is the column A, and I have already input these values in column A. So this is a Excel spreadsheet. So these are the values already input in my Excel. So going back, okay. So we will compute using the formula first from Excel. So when you will compute the mean, this is the formula, equals average, and then you will highlight the values in their cells. And this is for the median, this is for the mode, and the range, and the standard deviation. So let's practice this for a while so I can show you how to compute using the Excel. Okay? So for example, the first one, we will compute for the mean or the average. So according to the formula, you first input equals and then average. So as you can see, there is average here. You can click it, okay? Average, and then uh, after you click the formula, there will show a close parenthesis, and then you will highlight the value. This is A2, the value, and then in your keyboard, press Shift and then press the down arrow. So until the A11. Then after that, you can put close parentheses and then press enter in your keyboard. Okay, so the average is 3.7. So this is the average. Okay, it's very easy. Okay, so that's the average. So the average of these values, 2, 3, 4, 3, 5, 2, 6, 4, 3, 5, is 3.7. So that's how you get the mean using the formula. So now let's use the formula for median. So the median is the middle value. So again, let's have the equals, and then let's input median. Okay. Okay, as you can see, there is a median here. Okay, click it, and then there will appear a open parenthesis, and then you will highlight this and press Shift down arrow in your laptop or in your cell phone, and then until 11, and then put close parenthesis and then press enter. Okay, so that's our median. So our median is 3.5. Okay, so next, let's practice getting the mode. So the mode, or the value that appears frequently. So in the formula, we have equals, and then we will encode mode. So as you can see, there is already here a prompt, mode.sngl. So let's click it. And then, okay, there is a open parenthesis here. So let's click the values, and then in your keyboard, press Shift and then the arrow down. Okay, arrow down, and then let's press Shift, close parenthesis, and then press enter in your laptop. Okay, so number 3. So the number 3 is the mode. It means it appears most frequently in your data. Okay, so now let's compute for the range. Okay, again, you will enter uh, equal sign and then max. Okay, max, and then open parenthesis, and then highlight again your data, press shift and arrow down, okay, until A11. So this is A11. And then press shift, close parenthesis, okay. Oh, nawala. Ay, okay. And then minus mean, okay, mean. So we will have close open parenthesis, and then, okay, the values, shift, arrow down until A4, and then after that, you put shift, close parenthesis, and then press enter. Okay, so that's our range. Okay, so the range is 4. Okay, so now let's have the standard deviation. Okay, when you have the standard deviation formula, you will use equals and then capital ST dev stdev.s. So we have here stdev.s. You just click it, okay, and then there's already a open parenthesis. So let's click the values. Click 2, A2, and then press shift and then down in your device until A11, and then uh, shift, close parenthesis, and then press enter. Okay, so this is the value of our standard deviation. Okay, so that's how you compute mean, median, mode, range, and standard deviation using Excel. So you don't have to use calculator. You can also use calculator, but it's more easier when you use Excel. Okay, so that's how you use the formula. So these are the formulas we used in the Excel. Okay, I hope you understand. So next, let's discuss. You can also use data analysis toolpack. This is optional, but this is more advanced because the process is you will just click data tab, and then you will click data analysis, and you will choose descriptive statistics, and you will input the range and then check summary statistics. So you just check the summary statistics and then you will click OK. And then the Excel will generate easily the mean, the standard error, the median, the mode, the standard deviation, the variance, the range, the minimum, and the maximum value. So let's practice it. Okay, let's apply the let's delete this, which we compute manually. Okay, using the same data. Let's click here, data. So then you click here, data analysis. Click data analysis. Okay. So you will click. As you can see, there are other analysis tools here. These are for other types of statistics. ANOVA, you will use ANOVA when there are 3 or more groups of data to be compared. And correlation and covariance, exponential. These are other types of statistics for other types of researches. So for this one, we will use only the descriptive statistics and then click OK. Okay. So you will input the range. Okay. So again, we will click this and then highlight, press shift and then arrow down. Okay. So after that, you will click OK. Please choose at least one statistical option. Okay, so let's choose summary statistics. Okay, we forgot to put summary statistics. Okay, so confidence level for me 95%. Okay, so I already click the summary statistics and you press OK. Okay, so here is your data. So as you can see, it's similar to what we have a while ago. So the mean is also 3.7. So unlike a while ago, you entered each formula, but here in data analysis, in one to three clicks, you already have uh, the mean, which is 3.7, the standard error, the median, which is 3.5, the mode, which is 3, and the standard deviation. Okay, we have the same value, 1.33. And then sample variance, and then other data analysis, the range 4, the minimum 2, the maximum 6, and the sum is 37, and the count is 10. So that's how you use Excel data analysis. Okay, I hope you learned something. Okay, let's make this bigger. So as you can see, uh, Excel come up with the same values as we computed a while ago. Okay, so this is easier. You don't have to manually input each formula. So you will just press here, data analysis, and then you will choose the type of analysis and you will click OK. Okay, so I hope you learn how to use Excel in your data descriptive analysis. So, okay, that is using data analysis toolpack. Ano? So that this is very easy. Okay, you will just first input your data and you will click data analysis. So next, let's discuss presenting data in tables and graphs. For example, this is a frequency table. So for example, study hours, frequency 2, 3, 3, 4, two students studied for 4 hours, five. So two students studied for 5 hours, and one student studied for 6 hours. Okay, so that's how you present a data. And this is example of bar graph example. And this is another example of a bar graph. So as you can see, there is a comparison and there is a blue and orange colors to compare the dolphins and the whales. So this is an example. Another example, okay. So these are the pizza sold, the price, quantity, amount. So quantity, frequency, distribution. So this is the example of a quantity frequency graph. Okay. And another example is the sales amount distribution. So if you want to use the Excel again, the process is to go to insert, column bar chart, and highlight the frequency table, and you choose the chart type. For our example a while ago, let's see. Okay. Okay, so let's press insert, and then we will press the uh let's see what we will press. Insert, highlight the frequency table. Okay, we will highlight it. Frequency table. Okay. And then after we highlight, we choose the chart type. Okay. Choose the chart. Let's see. Where is the chart? Okay. Okay. Chart. Okay. So select a table or range. So we already have this. Okay. Existing worksheet. Okay. So let's press OK. Destination is not valid. Okay. So, location. Okay. Okay. So, this is the sample pivot chart. So, this is example. Okay? So, you just explore the Microsoft Excel so you can learn more about it. Okay? So, because our data is not sufficient to make uh, a chart or uh, our data is not sufficient. Okay? So, because when you have a data, for example, like this data, you have the x and the y axis. So for this, but when you make a bar graph for your data for your data analysis, just follow this. You go to insert column bar chart and you will highlight the table and you choose the chart type and Excel will automatically create one for you. So our example is not sufficient. Okay. So let's continue our lesson. That's how you use Excel. You just explore Excel in your home or in our class. Okay, so next is uh, pie chart example. Again, you can also use Excel to create your pie chart after you gather your data. And then, so when you're using the pie chart, it is used for showing the proportions and you will make sure that the total equals 100%. Okay, so I hope you learned something from our lesson. And this is your student activity. So for your student activity, you will answer these questions in a sheet of paper. Number one, what measure describes the middle value of a data set? Two, what Excel formula is used to compute the mean? Three, which graph is best for showing comparison among categories? And then part B, you will compute and you will compute the mean, median, mode, the range, and you will create a bar graph. Okay? So, okay. Hello. Okay, so for our part C, you will answer this reflection question. Why is descriptive data analysis important before conducting advanced statistical analysis? Okay, answer this in your sheet of paper. And then these are my references. Thank you so much for my references. I also would like to thank Zoom.com, Canva.com, and ChatGPT. So that's our lesson. Remember, before you analyze deeply, you must first describe clearly. So before you analyze your data, you must first describe your data. And descriptive analysis helps us understand what our data is telling us. So that's our lesson. This is your Teacher Lourdes, saying mabuhay.